Now, I'm making a part 2 because I know there's going to be a lot of black people who will be spooked out by the fact that I said that you don't worship God, God worships you. And I'm willing to break down another aspect of this very perception of God worships you. Because when we think of the word worship, we think of, we're supposed to kneel down and bow and think of this person in a higher aspect than ourselves. That's what we think of when we think of the word worship. When I say that God worships you, I'm using a whole other aspect of things. When I say you don't worship God, right, which means you don't look at God as something above you in the aspect of you have no form of relation to it, right? You think of that particular energy as superior to you, right, in the context of you are nothing compared to the very supreme source. I'm using the example of that you don't think of the supreme intelligence of this universe outside of you because it dwells within you. It serves you. When I say that God worships you, that means God acknowledges you. That's what it means to worship. That means you are worthy. You are worth his or her time. His and her time, excuse me. You are worth that very supreme source's time. Okay, you come from the source, so of course they will acknowledge you. Of course that source is going to acknowledge you. The supreme source is going to acknowledge you because you came from it. Okay, that's what it means by you being the supreme intelligence of this universe. Okay, you are I am that I am. Let me get this focused. Alright, you are I am that I am. You are the supreme being on this earth. You are the creator. Okay, and this is what got Jesus in trouble. If you read the Bible, he was speaking in this form of authority. That's why when he first received the quote-unquote Spirit of the Lord, went into the synagogue and was like, the Spirit of the Lord has came upon me to do this, this, and that, to set the captives free, to heal the sick, to raise the dead. And the Pharisees were like, why is he speaking with so much authority? Like, who gave him this power? who man's is this? That's what they would say. Like, who man's is this? Who is this to come up in the synagogue and speaking like this? But they failed to realize is that Christ went into an epiphany. He received the revelation after being in the desert for 40 days. After that 40-day process, which you see that many times throughout the Bible, you have the 40 days and 40 nights of Noah, the 40 years of Moses in the desert, the 40 years of Israel in the wilderness before they entered to the promised land. You see this process continuously, so it shouldn't be any different when you're dealing with Jesus in the desert for 40 days. Okay, he received that epiphany. He received that power because of that 40-day process, and he received the epiphany that he was I am, right? That he is I am that I am. And of course we're dealing with allegory. Please don't take this literal. We're dealing with allegory. Okay, it's talking about you. Okay, if this was historical, then we're looking at something in which we wish we could be. But the Bible's talking about what you could be, what you can be, what you are. Okay, everything that the supreme intelligence of this universe has applied for us to have and to walk in is already manifested within us. We have to tap into it. You can't open a treasure chest unless you have the key. You can't enter into your house unless you have a key. Imagine you have all these riches inside of a house and it's for you. It has your name on it, but you ain't got the key. Imagine that. But you ain't got the key. So you have to find that key in order to enter into the kingdom. You have to find that key in order for you to enter into the most holy place. That's what your mind is. Your mind is called the most holy place. Otherwise, these riches, right, are just going to go to waste. The riches that are within you are just going to go to waste. And your energy is just going to transfer into another life, to another dimension, to something else. Okay? So you are the manifestation of the supreme source in a body. Okay, as I said in the last video, you are possessed by a demon. You are possessed by a demon. You are a demon possessed. Because we demonstrate every day. We set the example, right, of being the original people of this earth. We are the demonstrators, right? We are the melanated, quote unquote, melanated beings of this earth. We are carbon beings. We are not carbon based. White people, non-black people are carbon based beings. We are carbon beings. We are carbonic. We are chaotic. Okay? We are the original people. We come from triple blackness. Alright? That's why we call ourselves black. Black man, black woman. Because we come from the original. Okay? Now talking about color. Alright? As you can see, I'm wearing all black. Right? Black head wrap, black shirt. I'm not the color of this. But I originate from this. Okay? You see what I'm saying? I originate from triple blackness. I came out of blackness. Out of darkness comes the damn light. Okay? You are that manifestation. So, just to keep it short and simple, just to keep it short and simple, this isn't going to be as long as the last video, but what I'm dealing with, I'm going to say it one more time so people can get it in their head. When I say that God worships you, I'm saying that the supreme intelligence of this universe acknowledges you because you know who you are. The reason why your life might be going in a bad situation and why didn't this happen for me is because you don't know your identity. You don't know who you are. And because you don't know who you are, you can walk in an everyday light and think, oh, Jesus is going to come back and I hope God does this for me and I'm praying that the kingdom comes very soon. You can keep walking in that stupid ass cycle. You can keep walking in that manner and you can understand why are these particular people who claim to be the children of God are living in poverty. Why are they living in the hood, in the projects? Why can't they get out of this situation? It's because they don't know who they are. They don't know their worth. How can you be a chosen priesthood? You have these particular people, they have all these type of names, yo. They got all, Yahawathai, Baraka, Adaswa, like, they have these big names, these long names, and they sound powerful too. They sound powerful. Darakabar. Yeah, Zabach. Yeah, Tazariak. Yeah. They have these long, these big names. And even with the conscious community, we're dealing with, ancestor worship and stuff like that. You have Asar, Osiris. You have Isis, Sekhmet, Heather, Haru. You have all these big names, but your self-esteem is so low. You look at yourself as something so low and so inferior. It's ridiculous. You have your name like Zabach and Darakabar and all these particular names, and you over here, you have to do this and that, and you, oh God, please, and this, that, and the third, and I have to go confess my sins. You're supposed to be walking in likeness. You're supposed to be walking in a particular foundation where everything around you goes your way, and if it doesn't go your way, you tell the sea to calm. You walk on water. You see what I'm saying? You tread on serpents. That's how you're supposed to walk about in everyday likeness when things don't go your way. You're supposed to walk in that likeness. But whenever something doesn't go your way, you always, oh, God punishing me. Oh, I must not been doing right. I don't know what I've been doing. I tried to keep all the laws, statutes, and commandments, but I was eating that chicken sandwich the other day with the pork on it, and I guess that's why God was punishing me, because I ate the pork. I was eating some shrimp and some crabs, and God punishing me. God punishing me because I was eating the shrimp with the lobster. Negro, please. Negro, please. I can 9 out of 10, 9.9 out of 10 guarantee you, God, whatever you want to call God, the supreme intelligence of this universe, as complex as the very force is not punishing you because you want to eat some shrimp, because you want to eat some pork. That's why, things didn't go your way. That's why your car didn't start. All this, that, and the third. Life goes like this. Life goes in positive and negative all the time. Alright? And aside from that, that's not even how the very force in the system operates unless you allow it to. Because let me tell you something. When you, in your mind, think that a particular force is punishing you for particular things, it will happen. because all is mind and the universe is mental. You have the ability to create a particular force to punish you when you have created this particular foundation where if you don't do this, this will happen, right? And of course, this kind of compares with cause and effect in a particular way, but then again, it doesn't, because you have created this very foundation for yourself, right? It doesn't deal internally, like it doesn't deal with like explicitly with the law of cause and effect, but you have created your own very law of cause and effect, because you feel like if you don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, if you don't pray this amount of times, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and you have set up this very foundation for your life until you fade all that away, you know, because you are, like I said before, you are the very director of your life. Everything that you think is real in reality is all perception. It's perception of how you see things. It's just a different set of consciousness. That's basically all this is. So as long as you keep thinking, you know, if you keep breaking the Sabbath, or if you slip up and you eat some pork here and there, you know, as long as you think that that's going to prohibit you from entering into a form of consciousness, then you're not going to reach that. You know, and it's not to say that these particular laws that were set in place aren't important. You know what I'm saying? I'm not discrediting or degrading or devaluing these particular laws in sets of books and stuff like that. Nor am I, you know, advocating for you to eat unhealthy either, you know, because that has a lot to do with your body as well. But what I'm saying is that when you deal with these particular slip-ups, or, you know, eating a particular thing that, you know, a book may say or something else may say, does not prohibit you from receiving that epiphany, doesn't prohibit you from elevating in terms of, you know, your mind. But then again, that, you know, also at the same time, you know, you are supposed to walk in a likeness in which you are to preserve your temple and keep your body clean and stuff like that. Now, I ain't going to speak to you as if I don't slip up sometimes and eat particular things. You know, I don't eat pork though. That's a no-go. But I ain't going to sit up here and act like I don't slip up sometimes and eat some seafood. You know what I'm saying? I'm from coastal Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like fish, crabs, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to act like I'm a perfect person. But I'm telling you that that's not going to send you to hell. You know, hell is not even a real place unless you want it to be. You know, hell is actually on earth because we are in a shell. Okay, we are the fallen angels. We are, like I said in the last video, we are the very manifestation of the supreme intelligence. We are the fallen angels, okay? We are demons that possess a body, as I was saying before. We fell down to earth. We fell down like lightning. We possess this shell. So we are in hell. This is hell, all right? This is the very foundation of hell, okay? So, in conclusion, when dealing with all of this, God worships you. We're dealing with the foundation here. We're dealing with fundamentals here. And understand that you are the walking manifestation of the Creator. Alright? Or you are the Creator. You are the very walking manifestation of the Source, you know, that created the very foundation of this universe.